Hello everyone, how are you doing? I was coming in, we was gonna do a United States reading today, to check in, but it's so much going on, you guys. I wasn't expecting so many cars to come out. I was hoping it was kind of gonna be a little short, but I may look into some of these, but not all of them, because like I said, more than I really expected to come out came out for this reading. So we know that if the card shows up, it's something going on, whether it's good, bad, or indifference. It's something going on. Okay. All right. So first ones we have the Marshal Service. Y'all know about the U.S. Marshals, right? Now Homeland Security actually came is the only one to come in the reverse. Homeland Security. So maybe something's finna get ready to change when it comes to Homeland Security, or there finna be some type with that program that I don't know, may end, may not be the full, maybe some type of assistance they offer may not move forward. We're gonna see, but Homeland Security, all right. Um, we got the National Archives and Records Administration. Okay, that one been coming out pretty often. All right. Now we see the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Something going on about that. All right. So all of these entities, I don't know what all they endeavors, but maybe y'all want to look up and see what these entities do here. Okay, we got the National Credit Union Administration. All right, we got General Services Administration, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention is out here. Been hearing a lot about STDs, right? And a lot of these readings, okay? All right. It's been a lot going on when it comes to COPD. It's a lot been going on with uh, other areas, okay? Mostly, I think that's most connected with the limbs of the body, okay? So we do see the Center for Disease Control and Prevention is out here. We got land management, some more about land. We already have Homeland Security coming in the reverse. We got something going on with the Land Management Bureau. Okay, the BLM is what I got on that card. Federal Reserve System. Okay, now I don't know what that really entails. Like I say, I'm calling them out. I'm not gonna even dwell on a lot, but we're gonna look into this a little bit, but not we're not going deep. Okay. National Transportation Safety Board. All right. National Transportation Safety Board. So I just heard a few minutes ago it's gonna be something, but I don't know why I'm feeling deep in my because when I saw that card, the National Transportation Safety Board, either something has happened or something will happen. Some telling me something gonna happen. All right. Got gonna have something to do with transportation, but whatever it is, it's gonna be a dynamic impact. But some telling me something is already planned. I know that sounds very cruel, but I'm going with what Spirit showed me. Something's already planned. I'm gonna definitely look more into the net. Yeah, I want to definitely look more into this card right here. Okay, and we're gonna look into the Homeland Security more deeper. All right, we got the Postal Service. Okay, United States Postal Service is out here. We've been hearing about the United Postal Service a lot in some of these messages as well. Okay, but we do have it coming out here. We got the cyber security infra- infrastructure security agent, and we know about all this cyber stuff that's been going on as well, right? Okay, so again, something was already some just now I'm starting to pick up even with this card. Something was in the plan. All right. Then we got NASA here. Again, something was already in the plan. Okay, I'm picking it up with the postal peoples. I'm picking it up off of NASA. Okay, something was already in the plan. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. So we're gonna get an overall. We want to get an overall. For the overall starting out, we're going to start with an overall with the tarot. So, Spirit, I know that's very negative to say, and it should be a way a person shouldn't even think about the country they reside in. And with these supposed to be some very legit offices, okay? I feel a lot of dirt behind the scenes. Some things was already premeditated, pre-planned when it comes to some of these tragedies. Okay, we got a five of wands to come out of all cards. The five of wands popped out in the midst of my shuffling. Five of wands that talks about arguments, upheavals, conflicts. Okay, talks about debates, competition. Okay, all right, defense. Okay. So, Spirit, now this is my question. Now, from what I'm seeing that's out here, I feel like something was already in the had a hand in a plan. All right, some of this stuff was premeditated, pre-planned. Okay, okay, yeah. Seven of Wands even telling me that some peoples are protected though, but I really do feel that that's just it. We got the Seven of Wands. Anything else here? And then I want to look into these cards. There go the Fool card. Uh-huh. The Fool card. The Fool card, that can talk about a risk. They taking a risk to see what happened. You can look at it that way. It talks about potential. Okay, it's like with the risk, the potential, taking a leap. It's like they doing something. If it ain't no more for data, to see who can overcome, or see how it work, or see what they can save, or it was a tactic behind this. Sure was. Uh-huh. And I feel every individual out here had a role to play. There go the world card. I feel everybody out here that I named, they had a role to play in something. So, Spirit, now I want to pick up these three cards that we just identified the overall with. So I feel confident with what you showed me there. We're gonna put the tarot to the side. We're gonna get some one worders now. So it's five cards I'm really gonna look into. All right, I'm really not worried about what the U.S. Marshals doing. Okay, I'm not really worried about that. These administrations, I'm not too much worried about that. We, like I said, let's look at the center. Let's look at that. Let's also look at this one here. All right, the rest of them, the archive, those administration buildings, they just forging documents and things, I feel. Okay, administrations have a lot to do with paperwork. Then you got the Federal Reserve system here. Okay, that could have something to do with some things. I'm not really interested in that either. Land management, we already gonna look at the Homeland Security in the reverse here. Okay, let's start with the Center for Disease and Control. We just gonna get a one word. Y'all gonna have to use your own thinking cap, cause I'll give you a word, give you an idea. You have to look deeper into this. All right. So the Center for Disease and Control. All right. They probably didn't want to be a part of some type of agreement. All right. They feel like they don't want to have no type of considerations with something, okay? Tell me maybe Center for Disease and Control and Prevention, they really didn't want to do what they did anyway, okay? All right, but it seemed like they felt at the time they compromised with doing certain things. Now the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention, they tired of compromising, with doing these bad things. All right, we got compromise coming in the reverse. Okay, NASA, NASA, NASA. NASA, they were part of the third wheel, okay, when it comes to this country. And really that you can really see that, right, with the space, the earth, and then there was something else in the midst, okay? But they don't want to be a part of the friendship circle no more either. So NASA, they ready to give up the lies. All right, I think that's good. So we got the Center for Disease and Control ready to stop the lies. We got NASA ready to stop the lies. Let's see what the Postal Service talking about. The Postal Service, they ready to come out and make a change. They ready to get out of their ego, okay? They starting to know their self-worth, okay? They no longer with pride. That's the U.S. Postal Service. Look at that. Change is here, y'all. And I think these are some real dominant steps being made, okay, in the United States. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that the ones that making the change, they deserve a hand clap. NASA need to go and start being honest with the peoples, okay? The Center of Disease and Control need to stop doing what they've been doing, putting blood on their hands. U.S. Postal Service, okay? They starting to feel appreciative that the citizens are the one that's really helping them with their paycheck, okay? All praise. I see that's beautiful. Okay. Let's look at this cyber system. Infraction. Agency. They still stubborn. They got a little stubbornness maybe still going on. But the thing about it with the stubbornness that's going on, a lot of them don't, there are a lot of non-believers in that loop with the cyber. With the cybersecurity infraction security agencies, the CISA, there's a lot of non-believers in there. Okay, so they still very stubborn. Okay, so we know that things with the cyber security and all that. Okay, maybe it ain't gonna be so big a change on that no time soon because for one, they don't give a damn. They all about money, materialistic gain, and doing what they can do, okay, when it comes to doing what the hell they can do to piss off other peoples. All right. Now, let's talk about the National Transportation Safety Board. Okay, they losing money. They tired of losing money. Okay. They tired of losing money. So whatever they've been doing, I already told you already about all these wrecks, about all these people suing certain things when it comes. Okay, now they tired of losing money. They tired of the game too. So we got 4-1 right now, and I think that's good. Even over the ones we clarifying, because we're not clarifying all of them. Okay. Like I say, I can care less what the other ones are doing right now. Maybe they'll come out in another read. All right. I don't know. We'll check in on the U.S. Marshals. Let's see. But we know the cyber folks, they don't give a damn. Homeland Security was one of the ones to come in the reverse. Okay. It's not going to end. I know that. I feel like it's finna be finna be something new when it comes to Homeland. Something that they have been doing, they ain't finna do it anymore. Finna be something new. Okay. Something else finna come to life when it comes to their program. All right. It's finna be something new with Homeland Security. All right. Now the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. All right, let's see what's going on with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Okay. All right. Now, they finna get ready to gain something. I don't know if they finna get ready to partner in with somebody. They finna get some type of new equipment. Okay. Or they finna get a new facility. But they finna, some of them finna even get some raises. It's something about raise. They gonna get a raise, new facilities. Finna be some new, something new going on with regulatory commission. All right. It finna be like a upgrade. Something finna upgrade with that. Okay. Let's look at the ooh, Marshal Service. So something changing with the Marshal Service. I don't know if something got something to do with somebody getting caught up. All right. I don't know. I'm picking up maybe potentially embezzling. Uh, somebody been doing some things in the U.S. Marshal. It really got them on a tizzy right now. They can't relax. They're not sleeping. Some tell me they got limited travel. Okay, they work done decreased. It's limited things they can do at work. They travel unchanged. This was some type of idea this person had. Okay, something about themselves. Whatever it was something about themselves. All right. Maybe they just really had a big desire or something. All right. Now either this happened to somebody or something, or either something has happened to somebody or some other way. Somebody thought they didn't have no type of evidence or proof about something. Something was already spoken about something, but somebody didn't believe it. Okay? But now they finna find out everything that they may have heard about something going on with Justice, Marshall, whoever. They gonna find out it was true. All right? Maybe because of maybe who this individual is. Maybe this was a very stand-up person that, or something like that. Okay? Could have been something like that. Somebody didn't want somebody didn't, whatever it was, they didn't accomplish something. Because they was trying to accomplish, it was something they was even trying to accomplish. They was even trying to accomplish something. Somebody was doing something very dirty. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. So we only got, 4 left, y'all? Let's go on and do these last 4. Okay, the land management. Okay. Well, whatever the land is, maybe that we used to be a prominent land. They used to go out there and do some things that, okay, that land is no longer going to be known for doing any type of things of that's not in the upright. I'll put it like that. All right, is no longer going to participate. Okay, let's go with this National Credit Union. They got an overload. Okay, they got an overload. They could be coming out of an overload. I put it like that. They coming out of something. They could have been going through some type of challenge, but I feel like maybe something is starting to balance out or something there. Okay. They could be getting ready to separate. I don't know who they all in ties with, but I'm picking up it could be something offshore, off distance, something they finna sever ties with. Uh-huh. No longer be in some form of partnership or something there. Okay, General Service Administration. All right. General Service Administration, they at the point they tired of the dictatorship. Okay, they tired of being somebody's cover up peoples. Okay, they don't want nobody to have no more dominion over them. Okay, so they making a change. They making a pull. I think it's more positive out here than anything. A lot of changes. The final one, the National Archives and Record Administration. And that's the only one we don't have anything for. And something say don't pull no more on that. We just gonna leave that just as it is. The National Archives and Record Administration. And we ain't gonna pull nothing else on that. Now looking back at the U.S. Marshal. Yeah, somebody, I don't know, I'm feeling like cover up. Somebody was trying to cover up, do something. It was something somebody was trying to do, but the thing about it, they did it. But I feel like somebody just found out maybe some truth a little too late. They had already did the dirt before they really found out some truth. That's the way I see that. Yeah, yeah. I feel like they found out the truth too late. They found out something, but they found out when they had already did something. Something was already done. That's how I see that. All right, so we're gonna end that right there. All praise to the Most High. But I think it's a beautiful thing though to see all these changes. We don't know when this could be time from now. However, we know that a lot of individual entities that's connected, was a part involved in things. But however, change is good, and I'm glad these people, because at the end of the day, you got to really think about your life, that individual you were when you came into this world. You didn't come into this world being filled with all the corruption, the deceitful, just to think that this was the best way to get ahead, prosper, to gain. And when you look at it, at the realness of it, many of you have to really ask yourself, was this really all worth it? Okay, so we're gonna come back now with a Mother's Day reading just to check in, do a Mother's Day reading. I don't celebrate holidays, no holidays, because I think we should always honor and do the rightful things every day. All right, so I'll be right back. All praises to the Most High.